Nothing to show for it. I haven't really gained anything out of playing online when it comes to my life.
The moment that I went to bed playing video games, I would play it all day, every day. I was totally immersed in it. There were a lot of days during school where I would skip school to go home and play video games. And for me, it was a way to escape.
Yo, what's going on, family? This is Javon Dance, aka Season Little Gaming, and I'm coming back with another video. All right, y'all. So listen, I came across this video. And shout out to 3CreepyTV for putting this video together. I came across his brother's channel, and it got some interesting points. Now you know that I'm doing just a quick announcement. I am going to start the Assassin's Creed series, breaking down the messages and story behind the story of that franchise and the game, all the way up until launch of the Assassin's Creed Origins, where I would do a complete series on that. But that's just a quick update. However, this video isn't about that. This video is about video games and our health. Now, I'm about to ask you to watch a video where I tear down and bash gaming and video games and say blah blah blah, all these video games are bad for you. And no, this is not what this video is about. Me being a gamer, I can't say that. When I say me being a gamer, I played video games before, and there are still some good games out there that that ain't about sucking you in and taking your life. So I just wanted to share this video, and I'm going to go through it. I already watched it, so it's not a live reaction, but it made some points. So I want to clear those points as we go along. All right, so bear with me. I hope my Elgato don't glitch out, but if it does, y'all stay with me.
Somebody who plays video games. Maybe you even know somebody who plays video games a little bit too much.
He barely sleeps or eats. He's lost weight and even has chipped teeth. I mean, it's just...
I think that I'm just not motivated to do anything in the real world anymore, because I've just achieved so much online that if I gave up now, all of that would feel like a waste.
The Russian teen, identified by local outlets as Rustam, died after reportedly playing a game.
Listen, in today's society, man, the people, especially our young people, want acceptance. And when people are not getting accepted, they feel like the reality of the world is too much. Okay? So if I come home and I spend hours and hours and hours and hours and hours of time into the game, into a video game, I can be whoever I want to be. That is the point of RPGs. I can become whoever I want to be. If I want to play 2K, I can be tatted up, have my own crib, all the J's and shoes that I can't afford in real life. I can have them on the game. All the earrings and watches, the fame, I can have it all on the game. I can escape from the reality of life and put my reality into the game. Is that dangerous? Is that dangerous? That when you care more about what's going on in the game world than your own reality as far as your health, motivation is for success, helping others, being the best you can be in this society. It can't be balanced, man. So check it out. Let's go.
22 days straight. Investigators said the teen had most likely been playing the video game for nearly 2,000 hours over the last year and a half.
Wow, let's go.
After a 40-hour gaming session. 2 days later, an attendant entered the private room and...
Listen, true facts. I knew a guy who wasn't taking a bath. He missed sessions on taking a bath. And he played the Call of Duty so much that he had bottles of Gatorade in his room. The bathroom was right around the corner. He had bottles of Gatorade in his room full of urine. Yo. He was peeing in the bottle because he did not want to put the controller down or push pause to go use the bathroom. You can easily do that when you know.
Found him resting on a table, and after he was woken up, he got up, took a few steps, and then collapsed.
If you think that internet gaming addiction isn't real, you haven't talked to Richmond dad Rick McDonald.
Rick McDonald believes his 20-year-old son is addicted to gaming. Places like this aren't helping.
A new study shows the number of obese children and teens in this country keeps going up. In the late 70s, about 5 out of every 100 kids was obese. In 2004, that number more than doubled to 12. Now it's up to 13.
And make no mistake about it, childhood obesity is a staggering problem. In fact, according to the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, obesity rates have more than doubled in kids aged 6 to 11 years old during the past 30 years. And in adolescents, rates have more than quadrupled.
Do you have a problem with video games?
Family, no one is outside. Remember Christmas morning back in the day? Everyone that was outside with a new skateboard, bike, rollerblades, roller skates, whatever activity. You get up on Christmas morning now, no one is outside. On the weekends, kids are not outside. And the family structure isn't really outside. So what I'm saying is, I see it. You got to be living under a rock right now, in the back of a cave in the south side of Afghanistan, if you can't see that this nation is going into the point where obesity is a stronger rate. I remember when I was 220 to 40 pounds, nice sized guy, and when I start working mid shift and come home like 12 or 1 o'clock in the morning, at the time my baby mama was getting like $600 worth of food stamps. So we were like eating cream pies, what's them oatmeal pies, Doritos, sodas, juices. They sleep, I'm eating, playing the game all night long. No exercise, not working out. And it was a trick of the enemy to destroy me personally. I know it was. So now I see it in the society where people are just not healthy. The RPG gaming style is taking over. Like I said before, you can be who anybody you want to be when you spend most of your time fantasizing into the game and trying to power up and collect. Prime example. Y'all want a prime example? I'm push play after I make this statement. Prime example. NBA 2K17. Grinding for badges. No one can look me in my eyeballs and tell me that the grind for NBA like 2K17 was not serious. It was a serious grind, and people no life that game in order to be the first one with the all-star, the first legend, to have their shirt off, to get all the badges purple. It was a grind. And in some way, if you grinded, it took you away from something that was in reality. A bill, helping a child with their homework, do you neglect something in your life to be the best or grinding out in the RPG style gaming? It's just facts, man. It's facts.
Yeah, I have a moderate problem with it.
Okay, and how many hours a day on average?
Probably about 6 hours.
Okay.
Сейчас выключу я, и компьютер вообще не включится никогда.
Да я хочу тут кое-что сделать, подожди.
Саша.
Мама, ради бога, подожди.
Чего делать не надо? Надо выключить.
Да.
Надо выключить.
Нет.
Да.
I'd rather live in a virtual world than a real one.
Do you want to get some help? Figure out if there's a way out of it?
No, I just kind of want to go live in like another world.
He's addicted to video games.
Something going on in that brother's life, man. Something going on in that man's life, yo. Let's be real about it, man. It's something going on in that man's life. That life is too hard for him. That he just rather it's easier. Maybe he get dissed by girls. You know what I'm saying? Maybe there's something wrong in his life that he feel like he can't. He's not living up to the expectations of what he thought it was. And so a rejection, want to be accepted, not being accepted. You don't know what's up with that brother. Why he's so addicted to games that it's taking his life, taking control of his life like that, man. It's a reality, man. So it should be an eye opener for all of us watching this video to think like, man, is there things in my life that I'm neglecting? You know, from playing excessive amount of hours in gaming. I'm gonna let it roll, man. I can't help but to stop and pause, but.
It's a game up to 50 hours a week, an addiction that has finally been acknowledged by the American Psychological Association. And Matthew wants parents to know it's extremely harmful on so many levels.
His resting heart rate is around 80. His resting heart rate while he's playing all day long is around 120, but when he is really at it, it goes all the way up to 200.
If I was to go out and play sports for 3 or 4 hours, I'd be like, well, that's a great idea. But the second I sit down in front of a computer and turn on a microphone and start chatting, everyone's like, whoa, hang on, man, we got a problem here.
You say 12 to 14.
Yes, sir.
Okay, now that's a big gap between 6 hours a day, which, in my opinion, I would consider to be an extreme problem.
Yeah.
Video games like World of Warcraft and Diablo are set up in such a way that you have to play them compulsively, repetitively in order to make any progress in the game.
Video game addiction is something that affects
RPGs,
a lot
man.
of people, especially a lot of young people. It was something
RPGs, role-playing games for people that don't know.
In fact, to give you guys an idea, I used to spend literally from the moment that I woke up to the moment that I went to bed.
If for the majority of his day, his heart rate is anywhere between 120 and 200, what's happening is his body is not going to get the right amount of oxygen that it needs to survive. His heart is going to eventually get bigger, and it's going to get weaker, and can eventually end up with heart failure. So,
where a state lawmaker just submitted a bill that will slap a tax on TVs and video games to fight childhood obesity. The 1% tax expected to raise $4 million a year. Now, if this passes, it could be on its way to your state.
Yo!
If the trend continues and children keep getting heavier, doctors warn we may be raising a generation of kids that won't be as healthy or live as long as their parents.
Contrast your experience in the virtual world to your experience in the real world.
Is that a form of population control?
There's really nothing to show for it. I haven't really gained anything out of playing online when it comes to my life.
The moment that I went to bed playing video games, I would play it all day, every day. I was totally immersed in it. There were a lot of days during school where I would skip school to go home and play video games. And for me, it was a way to escape.
She says you wake up and you play them all day long until you go to bed, that you eat in bed playing the game, that you stay in bed playing the game, that you put a pillow under your left leg, you put a pillow behind your head, you put your controller in your lap, you sit there and play the game.
yo! What the fuck? You bitch! God, fuck it!
Some kids are so hooked, they think take a restroom break will affect their performance at these games. So they wear a diaper. That's what we call electronic heroin.
Most of us are familiar with the common addictions like gambling or drugs, but now behavioral health researchers say video games can be addictive too.
An estimated 90% of young adults are hooked on gaming.
China was the first country to declare video game addiction a real disorder, but here in the U.S. it's not considered a true addiction, and some experts say that's a big mistake.
You know what's funny? China China has an addiction problem with gaming, and it's funny because most of the games originate from China. All the games, China gets the. Remember when China would get the game first before we used to get them back in the day? China would get the games first before we get them back in the day. Look at Dragon Ball Z games. China, they get them first. They get them first. And these people are hooked. I think I've seen somewhere that there's like some gaming systems it's in China that the Americans haven't even seen yet. So China is the gaming industry. Where's Sony from? I think it's Sony from Japan or China. One of them. Not trying to be funny or comical towards their nationality or whatever, but it's out there. You know what I'm saying? So anyway.
For me, I was very unhappy with my life. I was very depressed. And so I used video games to escape, because video games is a different world. It's a different universe where you can be whoever you want to be.
Are hooked on gaming. So hooked, in fact, that a prominent addiction treatment center in Tucson is offering help.
Cottonwood's gaming treatment program is 4 years old, and the patient numbers are climbing.
A lot of the same brain chemicals are involved. Person gets the same kind of emotional charge from the game.
Alright, dog. Hey man, we got to do better. We just got to do better. I don't see no other. We gotta do better, man. Listen, it's coming up to the fourth quarter of the year, and that's holiday season. And I know it's gonna be hard for some what I'm about to say, but please look out for your health while you playing these games, man. There's nothing more important than your health. How many of us have sat up all night playing the game so hard that you had, with the lights out, that you had to put on sunglasses because you strained your eyes so long to play the game? How many of us don't take bathroom breaks, don't take baths because you're too busy playing the game trying to grind it out? People, it's your health. How many relationships have been broken? How many relationships have been torn apart because we spend excessive amount of hours in video games? Listen, like I said, I'm not against playing games, but when the game controls your life, then it's a problem. Yeah, I'm Javon Dance, Caesar Lil Gaming. Peace, love, God bless.